narcissistic individuals tend to follow a script because it's their personality, it's their belief system. They're creating their personal reality around their beliefs. And a narcissistic individual believes that they're entitled to do as they please and get what they want. They're incredibly envious of other people. They are highly exploitative individuals. They lack the empathy to care about who they hurt. They're very arrogant. They have that grandiose nature. They believe that they are special and entitled to those special privileges. They're selling people an illusion of who they are as a person based on what they want other people to think about them. And anything that goes against this, they have those similar catchphrases, so to speak, in order to get away with their behaviour. Yet these phrases are everyday things that everyone can say in a given situation, which is what makes it so much more believable when a narcissistic individual says these things. But it's the context of the situation, it's the pattern of behaviour, it's the person you are dealing with. And a narcissistic individual will go all out to get you to question your reality. They're looking to gaslight you, to lead you to believe that you're the one that's going crazy. And that's going to mess you up in so many unimaginable ways, leading to depression and anxiety and health problems, and questioning your own memory, believing that you are going crazy while the person who's claiming they care about you is telling you that you're the one that's going crazy, you're the one that needs help. And there's that little part of you that's clinging on, that's telling you that something isn't quite right, but you just can't quite put your finger on it until you do. And that can be something minor, it can be something major, when you just stand there and think, this makes no sense because of the person that I'm around. Before you question if you're losing your mind, first check whose company you're keeping and how they treat you as a person. With a narcissistic person, they play many games with you. Games that you can't win because they change the rules as and when suits them. The only way to win a narcissist is to walk away from a narcissist and no longer play. Due to the very nature of their personality, they don't see an issue with their behaviour. They see an issue with your reaction to their behaviour, which is why they'll go all out to play the victim and gain the sympathetic attention to validate them that, in fact, you're the one that's in the wrong and they're in the right. And then they continue that destructive behaviour. So with a narcissistic individual, they will mirror who you are as a person. They'll take on board your biggest desires. They'll sell you an illusion that you can create that together in the future to get their needs met in the present. And then when the future arises and you say, hey, are we going to do this? And they turn around and claim, I never said that. And you're like, damn, sure you did. And they just refuse to acknowledge ever saying it. Now, on the flip side of that, a narcissistic person will accuse you of saying something that you never said, and you can say to them, I never said that. That's not you gaslighting them if you know you didn't say it. Although more often than not, you stand there thinking, did I? I don't think I did, but did I? And then you don't want to let them down, so you end up doing something you never said you would do. Yeah, they will turn around and promise you something and then break that promise, and then to get out of that promise they claim that they never said that you're the one that's imagining things. They can turn around and claim that something never happened. You can have facts and evidence and they will still claim that something never happened, that you're the one that's losing your mind, that you're the one that's imagining things. Now, as we can all go to a sporting event and have a different perception of something that happened, which is usually when you can have, and it can lead to a heated debate as people stick to their ideas of what they believe they saw. However, genuine people don't attack the other person. They try to listen and then explain it from their point of view. A narcissistic individual will fail to listen and go all out to attack the other person, to make the other person feel bad for not seeing it from the narcissist way. Now, a narcissistic individual is very grandiose, so they'll happily sit there with your friends and family or their friends and family and tell a grandiose tale of something that never actually happened. They have a remarkable ability of remembering things that never actually happened while forgetting about the things that did. Yet they will accuse you of the one who's remembering things that never happened, even though they did, to confuse you, to gaslight you. Narcissistic individuals lack empathy. Therefore, they are some of the most insensitive people you could ever meet. And they will be incredibly cruel and unkind and critical of you. And then if you go to express your feelings to them, they will turn around and claim that you're being too sensitive. It's not their fault that you're the one that can't take a joke. They were only messing around. They have an inability to understand where you're coming from. They just have an ability to manipulate the situation to work in their favour. So they will accuse you of being too sensitive. However, narcissistic individuals are some of the most sensitive people you could ever meet. So you might think, I'm being a little bit sensitive. However, you usually try and support them, not humiliate them. A narcissistic individual believes they're entitled to do as they please, and if you catch them out on anything that perhaps they shouldn't have done, they just turn around and claim it's all your fault. If you hadn't, then I wouldn't. Because they do not take responsibility for their behaviour. Now, we are all responsible for our own behaviour. So a narcissistic individual can cheat on you. That's their fault. Yet they'll claim it's your fault for not paying them enough attention. Yet you can think, no, that's your fault. That's your decision-making skills. That was your choice, not mine. Regardless of who I am, you made those choices. This is very difficult because with a narcissistic individual, they have those irritable mood swings. They lash out at you. You never know where you stand with them. They'll fall silent on you. And you can question what you've done to upset them. That's on them. However, they will go all out to provoke you, to use anything and everything they can to cause the anger and resentment and frustration with you so that you react to them. Yet you often still blame yourself. This isn't telling you that it's all your fault. This is telling you that your emotional reactions are your emotional reactions and you need to get a hold of them. And that person is bringing the worst out in you. Therefore, you do not want to be around that person. You need to distance yourself from those who go all out to make you feel responsible for everything they do wrong while bringing the worst out in you so that they can blame you for everything that goes wrong. When they turn around and claim that you're the one that made them angry. When they make us angry and we react to them, we question our own behaviour, not theirs. A narcissistic person, you don't even have to do anything to make them angry. You can just not say hello to them in the right tone of voice and they get offended. And they will blame you for making them angry. Their projection, narcissistic individuals are some of the most selfish, awkward, stubborn people you could ever meet because they believe that the world should revolve around them, and if you're not giving them all your attention, they'll sabotage whatever it is that's taking your attention away from them. However, with their projection, you set a boundary. You say, oh no, sorry, I can't do that. And remember, I said I was going out with my friends today. Oh, how selfish. Oh, you knew I had this planned. And you think, you never told me you had anything planned. They will turn around and say, well, if you care about those more than you care about me, to guilt trip you. Whenever you place a boundary with a narcissist, they're going to go all out to guilt trip you or to make you feel awkward or stubborn or selfish so that you feel bad and change who you are to serve who they are. The same as when they accuse you of being too sensitive, when they go all out to humiliate you, to have a joke at your expense. Now, people can have different kinds of humour and different kinds of sarcasm, and we have comedians that take the mickey out of certain groups of people with no offence meant, and we do need that humour within our lives. However, with a narcissistic individual, they will target a person and constantly criticize them, mock them, humiliate them, demean them, to the point where that person can no longer even laugh at themselves. And then they'll accuse them of being too sensitive and not being able to take a joke. There is a fine line between that sarcasm and tearing somebody to absolute pieces while claiming that they were only joking and it's not their fault that you're too sensitive. Now, we can all crack a joke and accidentally offend someone and be like, didn't mean to offend you. It was just a joke. You then don't repeat it. But a narcissist, they know it hurt you, so they will do it all the more. And then they will also say things like, see, this is why I didn't tell you. So a narcissist will happily arrange to go out to a party, not invite you, and they'll tell you that they're going somewhere else, that they're perhaps working late or working away. And then when you inevitably find out the truth and you go to them with facts and evidence about the truth, they just claim, oh, I didn't tell you because I didn't think you'd want to go. Oh, I didn't tell you because I knew you'd overreact like this. When if they'd have told you, you wouldn't be overreacting because you'd have been in the know. Narcissistic individuals leave out information so that you can't make an informed choice, so that you can only make a choice that works in their favour and not yours. Narcissistic individuals will also get you to a point where you stop informing them, leading you to believe that you're narcissistic when you're not. You might be acting in a narcissistic way, but it doesn't make you a narcissistic person. So whenever you're looking to better yourself, if you inform a narcissistic person, they go all out to bring you down, to make you feel bad, to tell you that you can't do it, that that's impossible. They put hurdles and obstacles in the way for you to jump through hoops to try and achieve something. Therefore, you often then decide to work in private and prove by your actions and not your words. And then they get offended that you're the one that didn't inform them. But if you do inform them, they bring you crashing down. So you can't win with them. The only way to win with a narcissistic individual is to walk away and no longer play. If anyone has any thoughts on this video, please do add those into the comments for people reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful in the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. I do also have several books out on Amazon, a Narcissists Handbook, which is the ultimate guide to understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, 15 rules to deal with narcissistic people if you cannot go no contact, and how to create emotional, physical and psychological boundaries around narcissistic individuals who have no respect for your boundaries. The links for those will also be in the description if you'd like to go and check them out. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.